Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Erica Wilson, the host of the Had to Happen show. You knew that you had to turn to God because He's the only one that could get you out.
Such a blessing to be able to sit with you, son.
You know, like in the isolation, sometimes we feel lonely or not being able to fit in, or this person is not going to bother with me or whatever. But that is the time when God says, "Be still."
Right.
And know that I am God. There you go. Thank you, Jesus.
I'm a single mom with 2 kids, struggling, rape victim, homeless, robbed at gunpoint. All those things had to happen to me to birth me for my purpose today. And that's why I'm standing here today giving back.
We knew then that we was on a long road to recovery. But I say that to say this. It had to happen.
Great day, great day, great day, everyone. Giving honor to God, for He is the head of my life. We are here live with your girl, Erica Wilson, and a sought after motivational speaker, guys, certified life transformation coach, event host, and an author of several books, guys. Her recent anthology, Unapologetically Winning, which is our topic for today, was nominated for the Indie Author Legacy Award. She also is the founder and CEO of Embrace Your Cakes, guys. So let me introduce to you guys the beautiful Mrs. Monique Denton-Davis. How are you doing today, beautiful?
I am doing wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for having me. You are absolutely fabulous, and you know that I love you. You have always been supportive, and I truly appreciate you. And thank you for having me.
Oh, you're most welcome. You're most welcome. I'm telling you, when you come across good people, you actually have to hold on to them. It's not someone that we talk to, we talk all the time, but we see each other post. We comment on each other post. I love, love, love what you're doing. I'm telling you, the event that I came to in New York, which we're going to show a clip a little later, that event set the tone for me. You made me want to go harder. You understand? So I just thank you so very much, even offering me to come to New York to honor me. That was so such a blessing for me. So I just want to quote a little of the things that I read about unapologetically winning. And I just want to say this to you. Don't dilute yourself for any person or for any reason. You are enough. I want you to be unapologetically you. And that's from Steve Maraboli. Okay? And then next says, you can't make people be or do what you want. All you can do is be unapologetic about what you want and let others show up if they can. And that was from Gabrielle Bernstein. And then being brave enough to just be unapologetic for who you are. That's the goddess, and the goddess you are. That's from Banks. And the
Thank
last
you.
thing I want to leave with you, Monique, you may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. And that's from the great Maya Angelou. Therefore, I want to let you know it happens when it happens. And when it happens, you have to be ready. Just tell it, here comes my Jesus. Monique, the beautiful goddess, I salute you, Queen, for everything that you're doing. So if you want to just go ahead and tell the audience a little bit about who is Monique Denton-Davis.
Sure. And I just want to thank you for that. I feel like right now saying the doors of the church are open. You just definitely blessed me with a word. But just to let you know who Monique Denton-Davis is, I am someone who in this season, and in the season of when I started Embrace Your Cake, and just to let you know, the CAKE is an acronym for confidence, attitude, kindness, and excellence. My goal is to empower women to live their best lives and to be whoever it is that they're destined to be. You know, we all have an anointing on our life, and not all the time do we step into that anointing and do we realize that anointing. So my goal is to help women be confident enough, right? Have the right attitude for altitude, practice kindness and excellence, and say, you know what? I am ready to step into my anointing and to be who it is I was designed to be. You know, we all have a vision and we all have a goal. And sometimes obstacles and adversities will stop us or hinder us from reaching those goals. But it is my job, it's my duty, it's my responsibility to empower women to say, you know what, you can live your best life and it doesn't matter the age. It is never, ever too late. And in terms of unapologetically winning, you know, we all have storms that we go through, right? And we all have obstacles and we all have adversities. And a lot of times people say, and it's pretty cliche, you see my glory, but you don't know my story. When you have overcome those adversities and those obstacles, you have a responsibility to live unapologetically you, to be unapologetically who you are. You know, no one went through those trials and tribulations but you, and you were brought through. So if you had the ability to be brought through, it's time for you to now live that full life and live it unapologetically. So that's a little bit about me. I'm a mom, I'm a grandma, and I am really just working hard. I do human resources on a full-time basis. I'm a human resources director for a nonprofit organization, but my goal is to empower women. And I always say it's all about, you know, who you can help and how we can support each other, especially women of color. All women, but especially women of color.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Because we as women, if we join forces, we could build an empire, you know, because God has blessed each and every one of us with a gift, our own unique gift, you know, and we all put them together, we could build an empire. And that's one of the things that I saw at your event. You brought so many women out. And when you guys marched in that room that day, that spoke volume. You
Yeah.
understand me? That spoke volume because you're not a woman that wanted just for you. You want it for others. You understand? So that right there says a lot about you. And I commend you for that. I'm telling you, I mean, salute. And I can't say it enough, but I'm telling you, that set the tone for me that day, Monique. You just don't know. It was great actually being out the state and coming to a whole nother state, you know, to be honored. You understand? And that thing touched me so deeply because here I am in Florida, my hometown, you know, my home state, you know, but I go to another state where one see, you know, my value. And that, like I said, that really, really touched me. And I thank you for what you're doing. The books that you have written, I mean, the forces that you have joined together, what I saw in that room that day, even the officer Nakia Jones, it just was so much love in that room.
Yeah.
That's it's amazing, guys. So I just want to go ahead. I can't even wait any longer. I have to share this clip right now and show you guys this event that the beautiful Monique put on in New York, guys. Here we go.
I just wanna tell the truth, 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 man. You're so bad.
We're here in Uniondale, New York for the Embrace Your Cake Sister Cypher 2nd annual event. I am Erica Wilson, the founder of 88 Blessings, representing on our behalf. We have Robin and Sarah. So we're going inside now to enjoy the festivities. Come along with us.
When I got up out my bed this morning, I didn't want to come here. But this is kingdom right here. And one thing that I've learned over the last couple of weeks with the weight of the crown must win. Do you understand that you have greatness inside of you?
My world has been shooken upside down. I told my mother I'm going through a Job experience. But here I stand. Watch God do some things. I know who my daddy is.
I like to start off by saying, do not carry around anybody else's baggage. Do not. It's not about me. And I tell people, when I win, we win. If I'm in position, the blessing is not just for me. He didn't give it to me just for me. Erica Wilson is blessed because I know who I am and who I belong to.
I mean, Monique, that event was everything. So if you want to just tell us a little bit of how you went about putting that event together, was that your first event? Just give us a little background on that event.
Absolutely. I had to break out the tissues for that one. So I just want to
oh my goodness,
sharing that. And I just, before I answer that, I have to just talk about divine connections. And I know that you invited me as a guest, but I just need you to know that when I called you, because we didn't talk about the fact that you were the headliner for my event in Jacksonville, Florida. And when I came to Jacksonville, I planned on having an event. I said, okay, I need to get some powerful women in the community to be a part of this event. And I reached out to you directly, and you responded. You had your assistants get in touch with me, and you were there, and you made it happen. Women came out to support you, and you headlined, and you brought the house down. And then I think, what was it, a couple of months or the following year, you came to New York. I invited you to New York because I knew that you had a message, you had a story, and that the women in New York needed to hear your story as well and hear your testimony. So I just want to thank you for being a part. And I just want to thank you for Divine Connections, and showing that clip just really brings everything full circle in terms of how powerful we are together as women. But that event, and that was in 2017, and that was my second conference. I had a first annual conference and launched the year before. That was my second conference. So that was the big Embrace Your Cake conference. And then in between the conference, what I do are these Sister Cipher events. And the Sister Cipher, the cipher stands for soulful, intellectual, problem solving, helping each other rise. And I did get the concept from, if you ever watched the BET Awards, they have this cipher. They have a cipher, and Erykah Badu started it. So it's sort of like a soul sister cipher. And I loved it so much. I'm like, wow, this is really great. So I thought about a concept of powerful women coming together in different areas and really sharing stories and testimonies and networking and resources. So in between the big conferences, I would have the Sister Cipher events. It took a lot in terms of planning. What I'm thankful for and grateful for is that the women that I connected with came out and supported, and it wasn't a New York event. I mean, we had like the sister officer, Nakia Jones, came from Ohio, and you came and blessed us. We had Sister Valencia, who came from Louisiana. So we had a lot of women that came out and showed support. And it was just empowering. And I know after that conference, there are several women who went on and continue to build their business, continue to write their stories and share their stories, or write books and publish books and help other sisters. So it has been an extreme blessing. And in this time that we're in, that was really a reminder to me to keep winning unapologetically and to keep going. No matter the time, to keep going. I might not be able to do things the way I did before, but I can still do things and still have events, which is what I'm doing now. And then when the time comes, I can go back to doing the live events. Of course, when we're through this COVID crisis that we're going through. Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because I tell you, this year has it dealt us some things this year with the COVID. It robbed us of so much, but at least you didn't stop. You're still being an impact to the women. You're still making yourself available for the women, even though you may be going through, like everybody's going through something, right? But when we go through, we just don't stop right there. I say our breakthrough is helping somebody else. And I always say, whatever we go through, we go through it, but not just for us to share it to others. So if you had that one woman that's listening in on today that want to start her business, want to write her book, want to maybe join forces with powerhouses, what would be your words of encouragement that you would say to her?
My words of encouragement would definitely be to share your story, and to understand that there is no perfect time. There's no perfect place. There is when you have a calling, the calling might become dormant for a little while, but it never goes away. So whatever that is that's tugging and pulling at your spirit for you to do, no matter what it is that you're going through, you need to set some time aside for you. And I always talk about personal growth and personal development because it's important. And another thing that's important is to realize that women that are entrepreneurs like myself and also like you, Erica, it doesn't mean that we don't go through, right? It doesn't mean that we haven't conquered some storms and we haven't been through. What it means is that we take those things that we've been through, we share them to empower other women, and we show them, just like, you know, the book Unapologetically Winning, overcoming adversity and obstacles. We're here to tell you, you can overcome those adversities and obstacles. Don't let it stop you. But if you have a calling, my advice to you is to make a plan, you know, write down your goals, and then you want to set smart, achievable goals so you can achieve those things one thing at a time. What is it that you're really good at? What is it that you enjoy doing? What is it that makes you happy? You know, what are some things that you've done throughout the years? And every time you do those things, you're like, wow, this is what I love doing. So I would say, make a plan. Really, really bring your vision to life. What is it that you want to do? And once you have that decided, you don't have to be the best at it, right? And you don't have to look at, and this is one thing that deters women sometimes, is that we look at what other people are doing. Oh, I wanted to do that. You know, oh, I wanted to do that. But the market is saturated. There's too many people out there doing it. There's too many women out there doing it. But you know what? There's only one Monique doing this. There's only one Pam. There's only one Miss Wilson. You have your own individual style. What is it that you bring to the table? There are plenty of women coaches, life coaches. They're certified. There's authors out there. But there's only one Monique Denton-Davis, right? And I'm living in who I am unapologetic. So don't look at how many women have started this type of business, you know, or how many businesses there are out there. Look at what your unique gifts are, because what Monique brings to the table might not be the same thing and won't be the same thing that another sister brings to the table. So be confident in your abilities. Of course, write down your plan, write down your goals. And then after you have your goals, you want to then take each goal and bring that goal to life one step at a time. And there's so many different steps. I mean, with the businesses, of course, you want to decide what type of business you're going to have. Are you going to be a sole proprietorship? Is it going to be a partnership? Is it going to be an LLC? You want to look at, is this going to be something virtual? Is this going to be something live? Are you going to just have an online presence? You want to look at your marketing. You also want to look at your branding, which is extremely big at this time. And you want to make sure that you have a team of people. And it could be a small team. And sometimes when you start off, you're the team, right? I mean, I'm going to be honest. When you start off, you are the team. So I know in 2016, when I first started, okay, I was like, all right, I'm the president, I'm the CEO, I'm the secretary, I'm the this, I'm the that. But, you know, it is growing pains through entrepreneurship. But the thing is and even in these times, to get started. And then once you get started, to be consistent, you know, constantly do things, put things out there that is going to, you know, showcase your business or what it is that you want to do to other people or to other women. So that's really, it's just putting your plan together and then taking a leap of faith. You know, it's difficult to live in uncertainty, but there is no perfect script for how you do it. We all go through different things, and it's not overnight success. You don't start and the next thing you know, everybody knows who you are. You're going to go through some growing pains, right? You are definitely going to hit some bumps in the road. You're going to do some things. You're going to learn some lessons, but it's okay. You just keep getting up. You connect with the right people. You find the right resources, you do your research, and you put your plan in action. So that's really, really, and I do have one of the recent books that I published is a workbook, and the workbook is called Get Your Boss On. And the workbook really takes you step by step in terms of bringing your vision to life and also looking at your life. and what's working for you, what's not working for you, who's working for you, who's not working for you. So, excuse me. There are several steps that you can take in terms of really developing who you are. But again, the workbook, who's working for you, who's not working for you, who you need to add, subtract, and those things that you need to multiply. So I can go on and on and on about entrepreneurship. The biggest thing is to believe in yourself, have a plan, and then start to create goals and start to accomplish those goals one step at a time.
Yes, I totally agree. And something that you said stood out. My producer put up there. She said, there's only one you. You understand? So you got to know that no matter what someone else is doing, like you said, you know what you bring to the table, basically, and no matter what everybody else is doing, just like I had a guest on and they were saying, okay, when you walk into the store, you go down the bread aisle and you see all these different types of bread, right? Do you think those people who what is Nature's Own and all of them, were they worried about another bread company? No, they were not. They were worried about their product. And so that's what we have to do as an entrepreneur, and we have to first believe in ourselves, like you said, So if you have that woman that you just gave her all of the things that she could do, but if one want to contact you, could you please tell us how one can contact you?
Sure. I am on all social media platforms as Embrace Your Cake, under Embrace Your Cake. I'm on LinkedIn as Monique Denton-Davis. Also, my website is embraceyourcake.com, and my contact information is on my website. My email address, also my direct phone number is on there as well. And again, the website is embraceyourcake.com. Absolutely.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And we just want to thank the audience right now for tuning in with us on today for the topic of unapologetically winning, guys. When you win, you don't have to apologize for winning. You don't have to water down yourself for anybody. We serve a God that sits high and looks low, and he knows what we're capable of. And if we could only see us and what he instilled in us, we could be a better us to others. You understand? So my thing is, we have young entrepreneurs that may be out there, right? They have something inside of them, right? But they don't have the person to push them per se, right? They may not have just a person to push them, but they may not have the funding to do so. Right. So if you had that young lady that's listening in today, what would you tell her?
What I would tell her is one of the first things that you want to do is to get a mentor. So you want to look for a mentor. You also want to connect, and it doesn't matter the age, with your local SBA, Small Business Association. There are several opportunities, and there are so many opportunities for grants, for startup grants and for funding. And not just for women of color, but for women in general, and for young women. So there are opportunities out there. You want to make sure that you do your research. And it might be small grants anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000, but that's seed money to get you going, to get you started. Yeah. And you want to connect with the SBA, because the SBA will also be able to help you and guide you, as well as coaches, as well as myself, on the important things that you need to do with that seed money. I would say definitely don't be deterred if you don't have the funds. I started with my own funds, and it was step by step. I didn't have a reserve to go to and say, okay, this is for this is for that. I started with my own funds. It was a very small amount, and what I did was built from there. And what I'll also tell you is to understand that in the first year to 2 years and maybe 3 years, you might not be profitable, right away. It's going to take some time. But in terms of not having the money, there are resources out there. SBA, do your research. If you were to Google funding opportunities for women, you would be surprised at the amount of things that come up. And also, if you're interested, if there is a young woman out there that's interested in starting the business and says, you know what, Monique, I can't find this information. If you contact me, I'll be more than happy to share some of the information with you and also some of the links. There are several organizations, even Shea Moisture. Shea Moisture has a fund for women businesses and for women entrepreneurs, and they also have a separate fund for startups. So for those that aren't in business yet, but you're looking to start up, there are specific funding that's geared for startup ventures. And again, there are several that are geared towards women in color. So the resources are out there. Don't let it deter you. Definitely connect with your local SBA. You want to make sure that you find a mentor. And also, I'm here as a resource for you as well.
Monique, thank you for that. Thank you. It is so awesome to see, that you're in position to help and willing to help. When something is working for you, I say share it. If it's working for you, share it. No matter who you think may surpass you, whatever it is, share it. Because again, you know what you're capable of. And that's just it. You worry about you, but at the end of the day, you have to share it's a must that we do this. Be a mentor. Like you said, be a mentor to someone, because you have that person that's out there that's wanting to do it and want to take that step, but just don't know how. And you're opening up yourself, even in your video, you're opening up yourself for others. That speaks volume. That says a lot about you. And again, like I say, salute to you, Queen. My God, because that's what we need in this season. We need women to join forces and help the ones that need to help, not just financially. I mean, whatever it is, the resources, whatever it is that we can help them with, share what we know to help someone else get to where they're trying to be. And if you fail at doing it, don't stay down. Get back up, dust yourself off, and try again. And I like to say too, don't dip your hands in so many pots. Don't start so many different things, because you'll neglect one or two of them, if you have your hands in so many different pots. So just find something that you passionate about and put your all into it and just let it take off. First, you got to ask for it, you got to believe it, and then you receive it. You understand? God says you have not because you ask not. Open up your mouth. Don't be afraid to get told no. No is not a bad thing. No is actually a stepping stone, and one don't understand that. But like I said, I just thank you so much for even opening yourself up to be a mentor, or even guide another young woman or young lady through the process. So if you can, go ahead again and tell us how one can get in contact with you again.
Sure. And what I just want to say, just to piggyback on what you said, is that this is what empowerment is all about. And if we can't depend on each other as women, if we can help each other, if we can share with each other, and it is something with specific groups of people sometimes where we don't want to always share. But I feel if I'm winning, you're winning. And if you're winning, I'm winning. And you know what? And if we can reach back and help 2 or 3 other sisters, and they help another 2 or 3, how powerful can we be? And when you think about entrepreneurship also, and you really want to think about economic stability, and you want to think about diversity, and you think about equity, and you think about inclusion. And for women in general, we have been through so many things and have fought so hard to get to where we are. And we're at a point where we have a woman who's vice president, Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. But I am doing myself a disservice and my people a disservice. And I'm also, the faith that I have. And if I don't share the information and if I don't share it willingly, it's not all about me. It's not all about individualism. It's all about collectively, what can we do? We are trying to build empires for our children, right? We're trying to reach a point of economic stability. So how can we do that? We can do that by working together, just like every other cultural group does. It's time for women, and Black women, especially women of color, to really step up and say, you know what, here, I'm here for you. I'm here for you, little sister. I'm here for you as a mentor. Hey, I need a mentor. There are areas where I need help. I don't have all of the answers. And there are women that are there to also help me and support me. But this is what it's about, empowering one another. So you can contact me again. And I get really passionate about talking about this because if we're going to make change in the world, this is how we do it, one step at a time, one person at a time, and really collectively helping each other and supporting each other. But again, I can be reached. My website is embraceyourcake.com. On my website is my email address, which is Monique@embraceyourcake. I am on all social media platforms under Embrace Your Cake and LinkedIn. And also my phone number is 516-304-2446. You can always call me or text me. And I typically respond within 24 to 48 hours. So my contact information is there. I'm here, I'm reachable, and I'm willing to help and willing to support.
Awesome. I'm telling you guys, there's something about those Sagittarius women. There is something about those Sagittarius women. I want to just go ahead and wish Monique a happy belated birthday, guys. She's my birthday twin, the month of December, guys. She's a Sagittarius. So can we just go ahead and put on the screen happy belated birthday to Monique? Guys, she's a jewel. She's definitely a jewel. And I'm telling you, again, like I said, that event that you host in New York, it set the tone for me. I was just starting out, and like you said, you go through some things, you're going to hit some bumps in the road. You may even fall off at times, but you have to get back up, dust yourself off, and keep on going. There's no stopping. And something else that you said about we have to do things collectively. Understand this, ladies, and understand us very, very good. There's no I in team. If you are a part of a team, be a part of the team. There's no I in team. Like you said, there's some things that you don't know. I may not know, but somebody else know. But that's okay if we're all joining forces and bringing our gifts to the table. Like you said, the empires can be built. So if we reach 3, 4, 5, or 6, then that 3, 4, 5, or 6 can go reach another 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it's a domino effect. But you want to be that person. Make yourself. You don't have to always be available for people, but sometimes one need that mentorship. One need that push. One need that, girl, you are beautiful. Girl, I mean, just to compliment another woman, just to support another. Support is free, Monique. It is free, and when you see, like you said, when you win, you think everybody win that's connected to you. And that's the way that it should be. But guess what? I know for a fact, if I see my sister being blessed, I'm going to praise with her because guess what? I know God is in the neighborhood and I got to be next. I'm up next. I got next. So let me go ahead and praise with my sister while she's being blessed. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we don't know what one had to go through to get the blessings that they have. You know, we all know too that you go through some things for to get to to those blessings, but it's all in, will you trust them? Who do you trust? And I put up a post on my page the other day, Monique. I was like, who are you investing in? Are you investing in yourself, or are you investing in Jesus?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to share, like, I had laid flat on my face for, I think, the last 2 months, Monique. And
Mm-hmm.
with 88 blessings and, you know, COVID and everything's going on, I am so, God has really, my mind is blown. Okay. Because I knew that I wanted to put on these events for
Mm-hmm.
Winter Wonderland. It was so many obstacles we had to go through to actually have these events, right? And Monique, the checks that was coming, the donations that was coming, nobody but God. Nobody but God. You understand me? So he is the head of these events. When you put God in it and put him first, hey,
Yes.
it's a smooth sailing. It's a smooth sailing. So I want to invest in Jesus. You know what I'm saying? You can have the fame, you can have the fortune, you can
Right.
have all those other things. I just need Jesus. If I can
Mm-hmm.
have a little bit of him, I'm okay. You know, because guess what? He'll make the impossible possible. You
Yeah.
understand? He'll turn that thing around in the midnight hour. You know, how could you not serve someone like that? You understand me? You go to him
Right.
wholeheartedly and you tell him what you want. He's your daddy. You tell him, you make your petition known. And then after you do that, you have to believe it and then you'll receive it. But one thing about it, when you receive it, what are you going to do?
That's
What are you
right.
going to do?
That's right. And who else are you going to bless? And it's so, because faith,
That's
when I
it.
think about my faith, and when I think about, you know, where just being consistent and continuing, and no matter what. And another thing is, when you go through those obstacles and those adversities, if you stay focused on who your father is and who has your back, you'll be unstoppable. When I tell you, if you stay focused, and what I realize is that when you talk about winning unapologetically, I really want your audience to understand that when you get to a point where you're living, where you're winning unapologetically, you didn't just get there by happenstance. You know, you got there because you have been through some things, right? You've overcome some obstacles. You might be going through some things. And if you've been fortunate enough, you know, there is no great reward without any great obstacles. So when you look at, and if you look at other entrepreneurs and you look at other people and you say, wow, they're doing so wonderful, they're doing so great, they're blessed, I guarantee you that there are some storms that they had to come through to get to that place, to get to that unapologetically winning place. But faith is very, very important to me in prayer, and the belief that if it's going to happen, I know all things are going to happen through him, right? And I always, when you are going about your business and you're starting your plans, you want to make sure that you include the one who you know is always going to have your back. I always pray. And when you talk about what do you do when you get those blessings, what do you do when you start to share those blessings, and when you truly live in a space where I want to help and you're sincere, trust and believe those blessings come back. And it comes back, you wouldn't even be thinking, you wouldn't even imagine. And I also, when I had my event in January, when I launched my workbook, it was a soft launch. And I said to myself, wow, I hadn't had an event in a couple of months. And I said, you know what? I have to get back out there. I had my whole plan for the year. This was before COVID. But I'm like, you know what? It's okay. It's all right, because other things are happening and I'm able to work in some other areas virtually. But I had my event and I had 3 sponsors that I didn't even expect. 3 sponsors that supported me that I didn't even anticipate. And they called me up. They said, I won't be able to attend. And these were organizations, but I want to support you in what you're doing. Send me the link to where I can make a donation. And those donations really helped me to put on an even larger event. It was unexpected, but I knew I had faith and I knew I had hope. And I knew I prayed. I said, okay, it's been a while. Here I go again. And I need the support. I need the covering. I need this to work. So faith is extremely important, not just in business, just in everything that you do. And it has truly, truly helped me. And one of the things that happened with me as well is in my entrepreneurship journey, I realized that my faith has gotten even stronger, so I just get overjoyed, but it's definitely things that are doable if you follow certain steps and you live a certain way. Then you can definitely get to a point where you are winning unapologetically. And the thing that's really important too is some people talk about being humble. You want to make sure you're humble, and yes, you do want to make sure you're humble, but you want to make sure that you have confidence, and you want to make sure that you show who you are. And I always go back to really stepping into your anointing. We all have our own individual anointing. So it's also a matter of, stepping in to who it is that God intended you to be, and finding out who that person is, and knowing that if this is who he intended you to be, trust and believe it's going to happen. You just have to put the work in. So I want to just thank you again for having me. I just truly, 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 enjoyed. I can talk about this all day. Enjoyed about women empowerment and entrepreneurship, and just really, fellowshipping. It has been such a pleasure. And I just, kudos to you, because what you're doing in the community and what you're doing for women. And once again, when I go back to Jacksonville, I mean, you brought a team with you. You didn't just come in there alone. You brought a team, and you brought the team and you supported. When you came to New York, you had a team with you, and you came and you supported, and you were transparent and genuine. And we're not going to even tell. I mean, I should have had an organist in New York. Okay. I'm just going to say that, because when Miss Erica Wilson hit the stage, I mean, you can just feel the feeling in the room, everyone, Officer Nakai was like, oh my goodness, I was in tears, but it was because of the transparency and because of everything that you shared and because of who you are and how strong your faith is. And it's a powerful thing, and I just want to, again, thank you just for being who you are and for being authentic. You can look at women in certain positions who may not reach back and help other women, or may not reach back and help other sisters, may not do the things that you do in terms of the 88 blessings. I mean, you're a giver. That's obvious. This is 2 events. You're having 2. Okay. So that's innate. That is who you are. And I want to thank you for that. And thank you for sharing with me and pouring into me, as well as pouring into, other women in the community. So
God bless you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Like that right there is more than money. Like, just to hear that, you understand? It's way more than money in the bank to me, because to hear and to know that I'm actually doing what I set out to do, is make an impact on others, because that's what it's all about. When I leave here, I want my kids and my grandkids to be proud of who their mother and their not grandmother, but they Bella was, and it's,
right.
again, I know all too well what it's like to be without, so I never want that for anybody else, you know.
Right.
So the heart that God has planted inside of me, and not only that, His vision that He's entrusted me with, I know that I have to do it right, and I have to go full force with it. I have a passion. How could you not? How could you go through some things, right, and not share with others? That's the only way you could get one's attention, because when one hear you went through it, they'll open up
Right.
and tell you about something that they went to, something similar, or maybe just open up to themselves and trust you in what, to confide in you. And then you have to show that person, you have to first have the spirit of discernment, because when one come and speak with you, they don't always want to hear a response, they just want to listen ear. So that's when you have to allow the spirit of discernment to kick in. But I would say that back then I didn't know how to release it. I
Mm-hmm.
carried so many people things that was they trusted me with, and I prayed about it, but I didn't leave it there. I was
Mm-hmm.
actually carrying it, and that was because I'm telling you, like, I'm genuine. What you see, Monique, is what you get. You have never seen me change up. You always see me, you saw me stay the same, and that's just it. But I
Yes.
want to be better than I was an hour ago. Not yesterday. I want to be better than I was an hour ago. So
Right.
I'm willing to listen and learn from others, because I don't know everything. So
Mhm.
women like you, who God entrusted to step into my life, some people come in, like they say, for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I pray
Right.
to God that you're there for a lifetime, because I love your heart. I see so much, and there go again, the Sagittarius women. That's just the heart that we have,
Right.
and again, I mean, hats off to you, Queen, because I'm telling you, I can't say it enough, because I actually witnessed what you do twice.
Mhm.
I was in your presence, and both of your events was successful,
Mhm.
phenomenal, and the women that you had there to support you speaks volume, and I can't say it enough. Guys, you are here live today, and it had to happen with your girl Erica Wilson. We are here with the beautiful, I'm talking about the powerhouse, the author, the coach, the event planner. Guys, she's opening herself up to you. The beautiful Monique Denton-Davis, guys. She put her information before you guys and said, if it's anyone that's out there that will like to start their business, or just may need any type of resource or anything, maybe just a mentor. Guys, I'm telling you, I know from experience, she's a great mentor, because I know she mentored me. What was that,
Mhm.
back in 2016, 2017?
Right. Right.
Yeah,
2017. Right. Mhm.
right. So I can tell exactly. So I can tell you guys what worked for me. And I know that it worked for me because, like I said, when I sat in that room and I saw the event that she put on, I knew that I had to go harder.
Mhm.
Always be in company who make you go harder. You have to. You understand me? There's no envy, there's no jealousy. I'm talking about, I commend you, Queen. I commend you. I am happy for everything that you're doing, getting ready to do, and will continue to do by the grace of God. You
Right.
understand me? So, is there anything that you have coming up soon that you have your hands in that you would like to share with our audience on today?
One, I will have a virtual sister cipher coming up at the end of January. And again, it's going to be virtual. I'll be making announcements on my social media pages, Embrace Your Cake, and also on the website. So again, that's going to be a virtual sister cipher. I'll be putting more information out there about my workbook, Get Your Boss On. And it's a workbook for personal growth and personal development that will help you get to the place that you really, need to go. Whether it's you're going to write a book, whether you're going to start your own business, whether you're going to change careers. There's some professional aspects in there as well. But definitely the end of January, I will be having a virtual sister cipher. And that will be a group of women that are just going to pour into you in all different aspects. We're going to cover spirituality, We're going to cover mental health and also physical health. So
Good stuff.
Yes.
Wow. And I remember too, remember I just said in the earlier part of the broadcast, I said there's nothing wrong with being told no. You know
Yeah.
where I picked that up from, right? From your
Where?
event. I cannot remember the lady name, but she was saying learning how to say no.
Right. And there were like 10 different ways. It was like, no, 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 different tones, different voices. And yes, she had a whole presentation on saying no. She did. One of the,
was so well said.
yes, I just wanted to add in that I really, and we can keep going back to the same thing, but I just really appreciate what's important, I think, for women to know is that sometimes you're in a space where you're afraid, right? And you're fearful of reaching out. And I'm going to share a story. When I first reached out, I was afraid to reach out to you, Miss Wilson. I said, oh, I'm looking on social media. I said, oh my goodness, why am I even bothering? I said, this person, she's not going to respond to me. I'm not going to get a response. I'm not going to hear anything. And sometimes you're afraid. And if you don't get over those fears or you move forward anyway, then you'll miss out on some opportunities. I sent the message, I put my phone down and I walked away. I said, okay, I sent the message, I put myself out there and I'm going to see what happens. But in this whole journey, your journey of life, your journey of entrepreneurship, there are going to be things that are going to scare you. There are going to be things that you're going to be afraid to do. You will be in situations, and sometimes we as women, we don't want to look vulnerable. There are going to be some times when you have to be vulnerable. And you have to step out on faith. So one of the things that I would say is never, be afraid to try and never be afraid to reach out. I really looked at, I said, okay, I'm going to give this a try. This is a big shot right here. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to reach out and see what happens. And I reached out and look where we are today. And that's just, I just wanted to share that story. Because you look at other people and you say, oh my goodness, they're so great. And, they're so confident and full of confidence. And my road to confidence was a road to confidence, which is one of the reasons why I started Embrace Your Road to improving my self-esteem. At one time, I didn't always have all of that. So it has been a journey for me. But one of the things that I want women to know is to make sure that you push yourself. If there's things that you're afraid of or things that scare you, push yourself to do it anyway. Push yourself to reach out to someone that you might not normally reach out to, and connect. And again, do it with confidence. And if you're not fully confident at first, you better act like it.
Absolutely.
You better act like it. So you build up that confidence. But again, I just want to thank you so much for that. And really, thank you for being so just for being who you are. And I do think there is this Sagittarius undertone here. But, I want to thank you for everything that you've done.
Thank you. It's only by the grace of God, only by the grace of God that I'm able to do these things. And it's a lot of times too where I had to go and stand in front of the mirror and say affirmations to myself because I didn't feel like the person that everybody was seeing. Sometimes we don't see what other people see, but now I'm telling you with the things that I've experienced, even in this walk, since I've been in entrepreneurship and, have organizations, I'm telling you, like you said, your faith, it grows, and right now it's like, okay, got to come correct now. I'm not selling myself. I'm not putting a discount on me anymore. Any longer, I am not doing it. You understand? Because at the end of the day, you teach people how to treat you.
That's right.
That is, you really do. And the thing is, you have to know who you are and who you belong to. And ladies, I want you to know that you are you and I am me. We're great at being ourselves. And
Yes,
I hear this little meme that says original is better than a copy.
that's
Be
right.
your original self, ladies. You have so much inside of you. And I just started a line called A Beauty So Rare. And
Mhm.
I'm telling you, the beauty that's out here, guys. And Monique, I can say it to you, and I can't say it enough. Your beauty, your heart is rare. So don't you ever stop doing the things that you're doing. Don't ever stop being who you are for nobody. Keep being you. Keep pressing toward the mark. God has great things in store for you. You think you had the New York and the Jacksonville. This thing is gonna go global. It's gonna go. Embrace your case. It's going global. And you know why? Because you're not only keeping in your city,
Mhm.
you go outside, just like you have to go outside the four walls of the church to reach the people. You can reach the people sitting behind walls, only the ones that come in. But we have to go out in the field and work for God. We got to serve. You understand? So it's not all about just what I or me can get. I have to help my brother or sister that's in need, because when you're blessed, you're supposed to be a blessing, you know?
Right,
And the thing is, it's not even ours. God just loaned it to us. Truth be
right.
told,
That's
you
right.
know.
That's
And if you don't use his gift properly,
mhm.
it will be taken away. And that's what one needs to understand, that God is a God that he would do above and beyond. He would give us the desires of our heart, but we have to get in line and get tuned in with him. And I'm telling you, there's no other way to go about it. When you put God first, guys, watch and hear me. You could take this to the bank. Put God first and watch everything line up thereafter, because he is a God. He's going to do his thing, and he do not lie. And he said that he'll supply all of our needs. He never told us once that he'll supply all of our wants. He said that he will supply all of our needs. So, and that's what one needs to realize. So, if there's anyone that's out there listening, I just want you to know, if you don't know Jesus, get to know him. You don't have to wait till you get yourself all together, because there's no perfect person. We're all dealing with something, guys. Each and every last one of us fighting something that nobody else knows nothing about. So, Monique, is there any other thing before we end this broadcast? We are a little over time, but I just want you to leave the people with something. Is there anything that you would like to leave one with today?
I do want to, so once again, I just like to thank you for having me. And in terms of living unapologetically you and not being afraid, one of the messages that I want women to know is that even if you are a woman of faith, you still have an obligation to yourself to live unapologetic and not be afraid. Not be afraid to show up as your best self, not be afraid to get dressed up on a day other than Sunday. You can get dressed up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You can put on your Sunday's best. Don't be afraid to be the beautiful person that you are. There's never, and sometimes women
Yeah.
like, oh, that's too much. Oh, they're doing the most. No, they're doing the best. Okay. And they're doing what works for them. So I just want to encourage. Yeah, I really do. And it's important. I just want to encourage women, to live unapologetically. Don't be afraid to be authentically who you are, embrace who you are, love who you are. And some days just get up, dress up. You might want to change the hair, you might want to change the jewelry, it is nothing wrong with that. Don't be afraid to be authentically yourself. And once again, thank you so much. Miss Wilson, for having me. Thank you for all that you do. And this was an absolute, absolute pleasure. I can't wait to share this broadcast with my network. And I am just happy, that we're connected. So thank you again.
God bless you, my sister. I'm telling you, I'm forever grateful to have you on. I'm blessed the people. Again, like I said, I can't say it enough. Salute to you, Queen, for everything that you're doing, every single thing. And I would love to have you back on at a later date to come back and share what God has done, the new things, the new blessings that God has blessed you with. Because I know that we didn't get to some pain, and the it has happened. It's my journey, my pain, and my purpose. We spoke all about the purpose, but people need to hear about some of the pain that we experienced and how we overcame that pain. We don't always want to just talk so much about the pain, but just add a little bit in, because we don't ever want to give up like this thing is easy, because it's not.
That's right. That's right.
You know?
Right. That's right. So I
So
absolutely would love to come back.
thank you so much. I thank you guys so much for tuning in, to the audience, to the beautiful Monique, for even sitting with me, sharing your story, offering your services, and just being available for God's use, because it had to happen. This is God business, but He allowed me to be the CEO. That's a great thing. He entrusted me with His vision, and I want to make sure that I do right by Him and others. So, guys, we are here live today. It had to happen with your girl, Erica Wilson. We had the beautiful Mrs. Monique Denton-Davis before you guys on today. Guys, I have a winter wonderland coming up on tomorrow. I will be out in the Duval County area serving at Mambo's Cuban Cafe. It is our 6th annual toy drive, our winter wonderland, guys. This is the time of the year where I get real excited about giving back. It's such a great cause, guys. We have some volunteers that'll be coming out serving on tomorrow. That's, going to be dressed up in Christmas gear. We're going to make sure we put smiles on the family, but most of all, practicing social distance and staying safe. This will be it's a drive-by winter wonderland. So tomorrow, guys, I'll be in Duval County serving, and then on Saturday in Miami-Dade County at the police station, I will be there serving as well for our 6th annual 88 Blessings Winter Wonderland. And guys, I'm telling you, this is the time of the year. Like I said, I can't stress enough. This is my time of the year where I love to give. So thank you to all of the sponsors. It's too many to name, but you all know who you are. Thank you so much for pouring into this event, because we would not be able to do it without you all, even the volunteers, even the supporters, guys. We at the 88 Blessings family, the brand ambassador, Alan Hearns, the CEO, Darryl Wilson, which is my 2 kings, guys, stand behind their queen to serve, guys. So we will see you guys in Duval County tomorrow and Miami-Dade County on Saturday. We will be going live on this stream as well on Friday, guys. I am throwing a Christmas party, virtual Christmas party, for our former leaders of 88 Blessings, along with our SOAR influencers. Friday night, guys. We are doing some things here. We're still moving and grooving behind the scenes. It is only by the grace of God. Again, this is His business. He allowed me to be the CEO, and I want to make sure that I'm doing what thus said the Lord. So meet me back here on tomorrow. You guys at 7, we'll be going live at 7 p.m. And just come in and just share and watch and see what we're doing in the community, because we're an organization that we believe in pouring back into something that we're very passionate about and genuine and can relate to, guys. So tomorrow at 7 p.m. we will be going live, but guys, you cannot, oh my God, you cannot miss the prayer broadcast on Mondays at 5:30 with the Bishop Kenny Berry and the beautiful Satara J from Get in the Game, leading us in praise and worship. So outside of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we'll be back here on Monday, 5:30 with Hour of Power, guys. But again, thank you all for tuning in. God bless you. Monique Denton-Davis, Queen, salute to you. God bless you all. Until next time, bye.
Erica's Empowering Empire. 88 Blessings SOAR movement. It had to happen in a beauty so rare. We'd love for you to join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. It had to happen with Erica Wilson. Following our social media.